Hi guys, it's going to be a quick video showing you how to solo the Legend Lost Sector Bunker E15. As of today, they're offering the reward as exotic gauntlets. If solo, not in team, so if solo, there's a rare chance you may get an exotic. On a Master Lost Sector, it's common. So there's a bit of a difference there, but having done a lot of Lost Sectors over the last week, it's pretty common anyways to get these exotic gauntlets. I didn't get the exotic gauntlets on this run, but I have got Icefall Mantle from a previous run. 9 times out of 10 you're going to get one. Okay, this is just a quick video if you like, showing you how to do it on a Titan. So we're using Nightwatch, which has overload, a pulse rifle, Graviton Lance, which is anti-barrier. As soon as we start, we've got champion to deal with, and we can also continually get our Stasis nade back because of the perk called Surgery. So every time we stun a champion we get a nade back. Not only that, we need to have thermal overload with that, which includes solar or stasis, so I could have went Sunbreaker Titan. I probably didn't even need that because I've got my scout to do that. But this was just me messing about because I've got Graviton Lance on, right? So I could have rocked a special weapon in my kinetic. But the Lost Sector is that short, it doesn't matter so much, to be honest. But this loadout would be foolproof for somebody that's under-leveled. These Lost Sectors are light level dependent, so if you're 1220, 1230, yeah, they feel hard at that. But when you're 1240s plus, you can just run through these basically at this point. But this loadout, like I said, will be foolproof because of a modifier that I showed earlier, but didn't mention yet. It's got a specific name, but basically, Void Burn is on in this Lost Sector, so 50% damage plus for the damage that you do and the damage that you receive off enemies. It's not just a singe, it's a burn, like what it was in day one. So that's why I've got this, this cluster rocket on and Graviton, just as a unique loadout, just me messing around. This footage is also on PS5 as well. So for those who didn't get one yet, I wouldn't worry too much about like rushing to get one, because there's going to be a patch like in December 10th, something like that, to give us the 60 FPS and what have you, and do other things, so we don't have our FOV slider and stuff like that. So this footage, the gameplay, I've only had it like half day, but it's very similar to PS4 Pro. There's improvements, right? I'm not going to talk too much about that, but there is improvements, but I wouldn't worry yourself rushing, because if you only play Destiny, there's no rush to get a PS5 until at least December 10th, till that patch comes out. So we're just taking out the snipers from a distance because we've got anti-barrier, so we can just shoot for the immunity shields. There'll be a Cyclops spawning in this room when you get halfway past the room, if you like. At that point you can use a rocket. I didn't, but you can do so. There'll also be a Void Minotaur that spawns and take out. There are no other shields. Match game is on, like the Nightfall modifier, so like equipment locked and what have you. Match game, but there isn't any other shields, only Void, so you don't need to spec in for anything else. There'll be an anti-barrier champion as well, but what you'll find with this Lost Sector is the ads are often sidetracked with the little robots, giving you a chance to get stuns and whatnot. Right here I was wanting to test out damage with Graviton to see what it's like on anti-barrier shields. It's not too bad, but obviously the real test will be if it's good in a master or what have you. Now onto the final room. There'll be a big Hydra that spawns in middle, but before that happens you need to clear a couple of the ads, so we've got a super for that, so we'll use that. At the point you get the Vex, the thing with wings, whatever they call them, get them down. But when you starting to get low on your super, we've got Crest Alpha Lupi on as well. I could have used Icefall Mantle, just I haven't properly used it yet and haven't got a good roll on it. But that would have done a similar job to what my Crest done, just a little bit better because it would have got an overshield and what have you, whereas Crest is just a bump to health. So when the room goes red, that's when the boss spawns in, so you want to do all your fighting from the back of the room at the exit. There's not much point to go out there. This will mean that the boss will get distracted from the robots. You just take out the goblins that are in front of you, and then at that point you can use your rocket or whatever void power weapon you're using and get some damage in. Now, because we've got anti-barrier pulse on, Graviton can shoot through shield, and that would work for any void pulse, of course. So that time the boss can teleport past, so he does it at a certain health point, I guess. Then when you retreat, as you saw the boss turn around and didn't have any attention on us. There's not much to this, like I said, if you're out light. But this is another reason why we're here, is because when the champions push, we can isolate the champions from the other room and the boss and what have you, and then just go ham. And as you can see, we keep getting our nade back every time we're stunning. So we can keep them in place basically, and it'll continually overload, which I've tested. It just continually overloads. Also, if I didn't have if I didn't have stasis on, or I didn't have thermal overload on, I could still continually overload and kill these champs with only a scout rifle. But you need a scout rifle with explosive payload, which there aren't many in the game right now that aren't sunset. So your options are limited, but hopefully people have saved their Nightwatch from previous season. We had ample opportunity to farm that. It might still drop anyways from the gunsmith. I'm going to assume it does. I'm not 100% though. But that's one of the best scouts to use, especially if you can get one with explosive. So now we're just looking to finish the boss off. There's no platinum sort of thing, not to my knowledge. It's just if solo complete, you get the exotic. Okay, it's not like a Nightfall or anything, I don't think. There is score multiplier and stuff, not 100% why. But we can get our last champ right here. As you can see, these nades are very OP for just keeping a champ in place, and then we didn't even have heavy, it wouldn't have been an issue. So that was the solo on the Lost Sector to enable you to farm the Icefall Mantle. Hope you enjoyed, thank you.